Calhoun County basketball tournament action from Pete Matthews Coliseum in Jacksonville, Alabama. We've got the number 2 seed on the girls' side, the Sacred Heart Cardinals, and the number 3 seed, the Alexandria Valley Cubs. We welcome you back in with Gerhard Mathangani. I'm Chase Robinson. And Gerhard, we have 2 teams. One hasn't played for a championship since 1996. One was in the championship last year, kind of the new kids on the block in Sacred Heart.
Yeah, the first time ever last year, Sacred Heart made it to championship round. They have to win one more game to make it back there to the championship. But Alexandria knocking on the door of a very, very long drought since their last time in this championship game. As you said, 95-96. Both teams have a whole lot to play for. And they want to be back here on Friday night against Anderson.
A lot of talent will be on the floor tonight. There's some very talented young ladies on both of these teams, but Sacred Heart especially, we saw them last year, very young team playing in the championship.
Every year it seems they just keep building and building and building. And then last year they had a solid run. Right now they're getting statewide respect in the Class 2A polls. Now looking to get some Calhoun County respect to try to make a shot for another state champion or the Calhoun County championship game, make a run at state in Class 2A moving forward. This game can go a long way to do both of them, both in the county and when they broaden out the playoffs.
We've got a good one here. The number 2 seed taking on the number 3 seed in Sacred Heart and Alexandria. We'll have it for you next here from the Calhoun County basketball tournament from Pete Matthews Coliseum.
Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Eli Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
Since 1848, First Bank of Alabama has been dedicated to our customers and excellence in all areas. With constant improvements to our facilities, to adding new products and services to better serve you, our team is fully engaged in all the communities we serve. First Bank of Alabama knows that time is money, so we offer hometown services with advanced technology that allows you to bank on your own schedule. We want to be your community bank, so stop by. Come see us at First Bank of Alabama, where you're always first.
We're gearing up for a big girls matchup here. The number 2 seed Sacred Heart and the number 3 seed Alexandria here in the semifinals of the Calhoun County basketball tournament. Gerhard Mathangani and Chase Robinson sitting courtside here with you in captain's meeting there at the mid-court. And like we mentioned, Sacred Heart really until last year really wasn't on the scene. They weren't in contention for, playing for a county championship. They came on the scene last year, and they're doing great in their area play in Class 2A as well.
Yeah, give a lot of credit to that guy on your screen, Coach Marcus Harrell, doing a phenomenal job with his Cardinals program. We saw the boys program build to the exact same, I would say, crescendo that we're seeing right now with the girls. And the guys under Coach Raphael Graves doing a fantastic job, winning a county championship, playing for another couple county championships as well. And Coach Marcus Harrell looking to get this girls program on that same level. Already won that one championship, or already been in the championship game for the first time ever last year, taking on Anderson, looking to get back, and they'll have to face a very, very talented Alexandria team. And Alexandria, as we just saw in the boys game that Tommy and John called earlier, they're building their program as well. Coach Craig Kiker doing a phenomenal job with the girls program. We saw the guys fall in the semifinal round just moments ago, but you mentioned this is a good test, I think, for both teams for a lot of the same reasons. They'll see a lot of stiff competition as they move forward through their playoff run. Alexandria Valley Cubs getting here, knocking off the 6th seed Ohatchee Lady Indians.
Yeah, of course, both of these teams didn't take the court till yesterday, being the number 2 and the number 3 seed. They had that double bye, and they didn't have to touch the court until yesterday.
It's always tricky, the rest versus rust, and I think a lot of times the number 5 seed, number 6 seed, number 7 seed sometimes get a small advantage being able to play one game before. But as you said, both teams took care of business in their last round and have a chance to meet up here again on Friday night for a shot at the Calhoun County Championship. It should be a phenomenal matchup between both squads. And our keys to the game going into this one for Sacred Heart, key is just to get on the boards. rebound. Meanwhile, for Alexandria, they have been shooting the ball really well all year. Their key is to slow down the guard for Sacred Heart. I think this will be a tempo game. I think the faster this tempo goes, it kind of leans a little bit towards Alexandria. I think for Sacred Heart, if they can get on the rebounds and hold Alexandria to one shot, they're in a good position. Meanwhile, when they're in their half-court sets, move the ball around a lot.
It is going to be a fun one here today. Game 3 of 4 on this semifinal Wednesday night from the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament.
A little different from what we've seen in years past. We see normally the semifinals are on Friday, and then the championship games are on Saturday night. It switches over this year because Jacksonville State's games are sandwiched in. No fault of anybody, just the way that the conference slated things up. So Jacksonville State will play here tomorrow night and then play again on Saturday night, meaning that the Calhoun County schedule had to be bumped up just a little bit. But it looks like everybody is taking full advantage, and even though we're here on a school night, a pretty good crowd on hand to catch these first 2 games. Now the second 2 games of our semifinal round set to take place here. The Alexandria and Sacred Heart girls will play in this one, and the Anniston and White Plains boys will finish off our action tonight in the boys game.
And like we talked about earlier, both of these teams have the potential to be right back here in the later part of February when the regional tournament comes here to Jacksonville State. This is great practice for them.
Exactly. This is one of the key stages in high school basketball, and being able to secure this venue, I think, is really helpful for all the teams, because now this year, unlike the years past, this year all 15 teams got the chance to play here, which means if you are back here, if you do get a good run at a regional round, you'll get at least one game here on this court at JSU Pete Matthews Coliseum. And as you said, this place is the gateway to go to Birmingham if you want to be in the Final Four.
And they're getting sent to name the starters for both teams, starting for Alexandria. And there you see on your screen Ashley Phillips, as well as Kaylee Steen, Sarah Pelham, also getting the start in the number 2 jersey, and number 10, Cameron Simpson, as well as Tashika Woodgett. Those are the starting 5 there for the Alexandria Valley Cubs. And in the white uniforms, they'll be the home team is the Sacred Heart Lady Cardinals. We talked about Coach Marcus Harrell earlier coming in, his 3rd season as head coach at Sacred Heart. Amaya Harris getting the start for the Cardinals. She is a great shooter for the Lady Cardinals. We saw her last year in the championship, as well as Serena Hardy. Also getting the start, number 12, Jordan Sabri, transfer from White Plains. And number 3, Janiyah Waters. We are ready to tip this one off.
Yeah, pretty young team overall for Sacred Heart. They start number 23, Serena Hardy, who is an 8th grader, but also mixing some youth. Maya Harris, you spoke about earlier, wears number 2 as a senior, as well as Jordan Sabri, who wears the number 12.
Jump in the center will be Tashika Woodgett for the Valley Cubs and Janiyah Waters for the Cardinals. Ball in the air, Sacred Heart wins the tip as Harris will control it. In goes Sabri, gets her own rebound, puts it right back up, no good. The long ball in and out. In the corner, drains a 3 is Amaya Harris. First points of the game for the Cardinals.
Talked about the experience that's back in this game for Sacred Heart. And Maya Harris, one of the key cogs for the Cardinals, and getting the Lady Cardinals off to a good start.
Down low for the Cubs, in and out. Back up, and they're going to get a travel on Cameron Simpson before she can get the shot off. The pitch ahead to Serena Hardy. The long ball from Harris, no good. And three-pointer hits nothing for Ashley Phillips, and it'll head back towards the Cardinals. Alexandria applying a full court press. Nice move to the basket for Serena Hardy. Couldn't get it to fall. Phillips gets it across to Simpson. Inside this time to Woodgett. Phillips thought about a three. She'll travel. It'll head back towards the Lady Cardinals.
Turnovers are going to be a main factor in this game for both squads. Neither team can afford to give the other extra possession. We saw the three-pointer made earlier by Sacred Heart. But Alexandria doing a fine job as well all year long shooting the ball.
Harris drives in and picks up a bucket. All 5 points for Amaya Harris. Another turnover for Alexandria. And gives Sacred Heart the ball back right under their basket. Retasia West to inbound. Sabri back outside to Hardy, who will travel.
Well, turnover is kind of the key story here for both teams. They have both forced turnovers and then had unforced turnovers as well. That's another one for Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart applying some tough pressure on the Valley Cubs, and there'll be a timeout called by Coach Craig Kiker. Talk it over with his ladies down by 5 here in the first quarter.
Yeah, this Alexandria team is used to shooting the ball very well. They scored 52 points in their opening round game against Ohatchee here the other night, Tuesday night, and now with a chance to come back here and play once again. They understand that they have to slow down the guards for Sacred Heart. They have played well all game. And for both teams, they have pretty solid post players, and I'm pretty sure both teams got a good chance to look at Aniston earlier today and understanding that is a tall task. No matter who comes out of this game, it's a good shot here to work on the game down low and find out what you do have, especially down in the low post. Aniston has one of the toughest places that they defend and play on offense, and here we have another foul, or our first foul, I should say.
That will be against Serena Hardy of the Lady Cardinals. Kaylee Steen inbounds it into Phillips. Over to Steen. The three-pointer on the way is no good from Sarah Pelham. Rebounded by the Cardinals and Hardy. In the corner to Sabri. Loses control back towards Alexandria. Into Pelham. Back to Simpson. And she'll lose it out of bounds.
Once again, more turnovers here for both teams. I think the key now is just basically settle everybody down, because whether it's in transition or in the half-court sets, both teams have been giving the ball away.
West up top for the Lady Cardinals. Back over to Hardy, picked off by Pelham. To Phillips, the three, no good. And there will be a travel whistled against Jordan Sabri. And we'll give the Valley Cubs the ball back right under their basket. Into Woodgett. Three, good from Kaylee Steen. First points of the game for Alexandria, and Marcus Harrell will call a timeout.
Well, that was a well-designed play out of the baseline, and basically just two-person basketball. And Woodgett with a nice find to Steen, and Steen gets the Alexandria Valley Cubs on the board. And seemingly we've had more timeouts than we've had points in this game so far.
And thank you to First Bank of Alabama for sponsoring our coverage here of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament. Couldn't do it without our great sponsors, and First Bank of Alabama is a huge part of what we do. 4:42 left here in the first quarter, 5-3. Low scoring game here. Alexandria is on the board now, though, thanks to the three-pointer from Kaylee Steen.
As you said, well-designed inbounds play here for Sacred Heart, matching what we just saw from Alexandria, and seeing full court man-to-man defense here by the Lady Cubs.
West has it way outside. And there will be a backcourt violation against the Lady Cardinals.
Once again, another turnover for the Sacred Heart Cardinal offense. Give some credit there to Alexandria. So that defense forced the action a little bit on the movement, and then they just turn it right back over to Alexandria.
That has been happening for both teams, really, turnover after turnover.
That's right. Between turnovers and timeouts, I think we've had more of those than actual points on the board. Sometimes that's just jitter. Sometimes that is not, playing only your second game in the last week or so.
Hardy's going to drive in, and there's going to be a jump ball. Alexandria has the possession. Take a look at that. Two hands on the ball. They'll get the jump ball every time. Here comes Simpson. And they're going to say it was off a Sacred Heart player. So Alexandria and Steen will inbound the ball. Into Phillips. To Simpson, to Pelham. Back to Simpson, thinks about a three, drives in, ball loose, Sacred Heart gets it. Amaya Harris back in control of the ball. Harris spots up, long three. Bounces around, doesn't fall. Simpson drives it in. Has her shot blocked, and Sacred Heart has it back.
Good defense there at Sacred Heart with the block. Alexandria just unable to get anything flowing in their half-court sets on offense.
In goes West for 2 points for the Lady Cardinals. 7-3, Sacred Heart lead. Our second girls semifinal. Spot up jumper off the glass and in for Cameron Simpson, her first points of the game.
That might have been the only clean look so far for the Alexandria Valley Cubs, and it goes in for Simpson.
West setting things up for the Lady Cardinals. Kicks it in the corner, stolen away by Pelham. Pelham drives in, shot blocked by West. This is going to stay with the Valley Cubs.
I saw good defense there twice on that play. First time by Pelham. Watch on the steal here. Good anticipation, but then West, after turning the ball over, comes back down on defense and comes away with the block. Back-to-back good sequences for both teams there.
Nothing but the bottom of the net for Kaylee Steen, her second three of the evening. Gives Alexandria their first lead of the game.
Almost from the exact same spot as our first one, and Alexandria doing a good job of finding that open three-point shot.
Foul whistled against the Valley Cubs will send Sabri to the line for two. That foul will be on Woodgett. Drains the first. Second, no good. Alexandria trying to work against the Cardinal pressure. And that will be a 10-second violation against Alexandria.
Well, that time there was a little hesitation there by Woodgett. She didn't know where to go to the basketball. However, to her left was Steen, was wide open. Had a chance to get it across the timeline, but Sacred Heart a whole lot of credit there, forcing a 10-second violation and the turnover.
Amaya Harris inside to Waters, who goes up for 2 points, her first points of the game.
And we talked about the youth on this team, and Waters is another one.
The pressure getting to the Valley Cubs again, and Ashley Phillips will commit the foul after the steal.
Phillips with her first, second team foul.
West inbounds it to Harris. Harris drives, floater, no good. Waters gets it right back, goes up, she's fouled, back to the free throw line.
It's a good job by Harris on the drive. Good penetration, and then a solid job of rebounding on offense.
13 fouls on the line of sheet for Sacred Heart, leading 10. 2 shots.
Drains the first. Is Janiyah Waters.
This will be the first of many Calhoun County tournaments for that young lady. Janiyah Waters, just a 7th grader. Coach Harrell believes in her skills enough to put her in a game here of this kind of magnitude, and she's come through so far with his 3 points.
Ball goes out off of Alexandria. West to inbound. Simpson went for the steal, but it goes out.
Simpson doing a good job there on defense, almost baiting that throw, and then almost like a safety in football where player looks open but closes it out just in time to save the possession.
In the corner is Sabri. She drives, kicks it out to West, and West will travel.
The second time we've seen that today, right there on that wing. It looks like they have a wide open shot at either a deep 3 or to drive and penetrate, but a lot of times the feet move before the ball hits the floor, and that's the second time on that style of play we've seen a turnover, and one of many, many turnovers from road teams today.
Phillips to Simpson. In the corner to Pelham. Errant pass, Sacred Heart has it. Hardy drives, goes up, nothing. Phillips with a rebound. Phillips looks to dump it down low. Alexandria steps out of bounds.
There's just way too much traffic down there for Alexandria to even get a shot off. Good job by the Sacred Heart defense, and we'll see here what Sacred Heart draws up in these final seconds of the first quarter.
Harris, shot up, no good. Ball bounces it around, and it'll stay with the Lady Cardinals.
Good box out there by Alexandria's Chloe Gaddis, but no one from her team can able to secure the defensive rebound. So Sacred Heart will have another shot here, another possession.
24 seconds to go here in this opening quarter. Person into Waters, up top to Hardy. Back to Person, long 3, hits nothing. Harris gets the rebound in the corner. Phillips gets the rebound after the missed shot. 6 seconds to go. There's going to be a jump ball. It'll head back towards the Lady Cardinals. They'll have 4.2 seconds here in this opening quarter with a 12-8 lead.
About 40 seconds to go in the quarter. That's the last time Alexandria's had the ball even consistently. So far, a couple of turnovers, and that time a jump ball to close out this first quarter.
Shot up and no good as time expires. That is the end of the first quarter, and the Sacred Heart Lady Cardinals have a 12-8 lead. We'll be back with the second quarter. It's the semifinals of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament. We'll be right back.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Eli Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
Since 1848, First Bank of Alabama has been dedicated to our customers and excellence in all areas. With constant improvements to our facilities, to adding new products and services to better serve you, our team is fully engaged in all the communities we serve. First Bank of Alabama knows that time is money, so we offer hometown services with advanced technology that allows you to bank on your own schedule. We want to be your community bank, so stop by. Come see us at First Bank of Alabama, where you're always first.
Sacred Heart Lady Cardinals with a 12-8 lead over the number 3 seed Alexandria, as we are getting set to begin quarter number 2 here from the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament with Gerhard Mathengani. I'm Chase Robinson. Alexandria was down 5-0 to start the game. They came back, took an 8-7 lead, and since then Sacred Heart has been on a roll.
Yeah, it's been ebbs and flows, but both teams have had a lot to be proud of and a lot of things that they want to clean up, especially as this game goes along. More specifically, turnovers.
Nice bucket there by Cameron Simpson to start off the second quarter, back to a 2-point game. Harris being guarded closely by Walker. Down low this time to Waters underneath, and a jump ball. Sacred Heart will have it back.
Good job there by Pelham getting her hands on the ball. With Waters down there as well. It's good hands by Lady Cubs.
Person to inbound. Into Harris, who lays it up and in.
And once again, another well-designed play down low. Baseline play that leads to points.
In the corner to Walker. Her three is off the mark. Ball bouncing around. Phillips gets it to Simpson. Three, no good. Another jump ball this time. The Lady Cubs will have possession.
Once again, second time in a row, it is Pelham, the junior, getting her hands on the basketball. The first time possession arrow went to the Cardinals. This time she gets it back for her squad.
Ball goes out. And we'll go back towards Sacred Heart.
I feel like there's going to be a point of this game where both teams will settle down into their half-court set. So far, we just haven't seen it consistently.
Harris down to Waters, who lays it up for 2 points.
That could be the start of it right there. It's a good execution on the play by Sacred Heart. Waters adds to her lead, adds to her total. It's 6 points so far.
Another turnover for Alexandria. Gives Sacred Heart the ball back. Person to inbound. To Waters, but deflected away. And Alexandria will take it back. Too hard of a pass. Chloe Gaddis, the intended receiver.
Yeah, Phillips just a little high there on the pass. Saw where Gaddis was setting up down low. She was in pretty good post position, but just inches over the hands of the intended target.
Hardy gets it across. To Harris. Harris spots up jumper, no good. They're letting them play under the basket. Phillips trapped, and Harris steals it away down to Waters for 2 points.
That's good defense by Sacred Heart, and then a good finish there on the play by Waters. As you said, they're playing very physical, and the officials are letting them go as bad. It goes in and out there for Alexandria.
8-point lead for Sacred Heart with 5:50 to go here in the half. Long three, rims out for Hardy. Sabri is there for the rebound. She goes up, nothing. Hardy gets it right back. Pelham comes out with it this time for the Valley Cubs. She'll get it. Long three, rims out for Steen. Into the game now for Alexandria is Riley Gaddis. Steen to inbound for Alexandria. Into Chloe Gaddis. Up top to Simpson. Ball's batted around. Sabri to Harris. Here comes the Lady Cardinals. Harris on the move, no good. As Person steps out of bounds. It's Alexandria, another chance here to get something done on offense, down by 8.
That time in transition, Sacred Heart just didn't have the numbers, and good job by the Alexandria defense holding them scoreless on that possession.
Steen and Phillips in the backcourt finally get it across, but stolen away by Jordan Sabri. Harris spots up for the three, drains it. With a defender in her face. Chloe Gaddis. Back to Steen, three no good. Person gets it for the Cardinals. Inside to Waters. She lays it up over Chloe Gaddis.
I'll tell you what, this Janiyah Waters will be so fun to watch as her career goes along. That time, a great inside post play for the basket. You take a look here at the three-point shot. As you said, a contested three wide open, and she contested three not wide open like her first one. And this time in the post, she goes down low, finds the 7th grader, Waters, who finishes.
4:14 to go here in the half, and a 13-point lead now for Sacred Heart. We were kind of waiting to see when this game would kind of break apart. Alexandria fought their way back, took the lead. Like we mentioned earlier, Sacred Heart just got on a roll. Alexandria not able to recover from that yet.
Yeah, since that 8-7 lead, it's been a one quitable run here for Sacred Heart. And Alexandria, it seemed like both teams took a while to get their footing, but in the half-court set, as you just saw in those last two plays, Sacred Heart seems to have found it, both inside and outside. Now it's up to Alexandria to muster up and find some. That's what they're known for. It's a team that can score. And so we'll see if they're able to find it. And this turnover might be helpful as far as regaining their composure. Ball game's still far, far, far from over for either team. Sacred Heart can't relax, and Alexandria shouldn't feel defeated at this point. But for the Valley Cubs, you'd have to figure at some point being able to find something you can rely on in your half-court sets on offense, but Sacred Heart doing a good job not making anything easy.
Alexandria will have the ball out of the timeout. Steen and Walker in the backcourt. Walker gets it across in the corner to Chloe Gaddis. Back to Walker. Steen in control of it. Back to Phillips. Long three for Kaylee Steen off the front of the iron. Jordan Sabri gets the rebound. Shot from Harris, no good. Gaddis underneath gets the rebound and all kinds of traffic. Walker gets it across at virtually the last second. Walker's going to drive. She goes up and is fouled and will go to the line for a pair.
Good dribble drive there and good penetration by Walker. And see if she can capitalize here on the free throw line.
Just the first one. And gets the second. 23-11 with 3:17 to go here in the half. The Cardinals working the ball down with Amaya Harris in control. She hands off to Hardy. Hardy goes in for a bucket.
Well, the pass off there at that point, this is just essentially for Sacred Heart, a screen play, and then Hardy finishes.
Another steal. Hardy goes up for another bucket. That's her 4th point of the day. Both back-to-back buckets. Phillips down low to Gaddis. There is going to be a foul on the floor.
Yeah, watch the play here. Essentially just a high ball play where Hardy just comes around. And then that time the ball just goes straight to her hands, and turnovers. Once again, another killer for Alexandria, and leads to 2 points for the Cardinals.
27-11. Steen to inbound for the Valley Cubs. Into Gaddis. To Simpson. In the corner to Steen. Steen fires up the three and knocks it down. 9 points for Kaylee Steen on the day. She's been wanting one of those threes. As Harris on the other end lays one up.
Steen and Harris are the leaders for their squads in this one, and you can see why they have been so productive.
Steen travels. Ashley Phillips will check back into the game for Simpson.
It looks like Simpson will get some medical attention here. I don't know if it's the nose or maybe a contact holding her face there. It might be her nose, and training staff will get a good look at her. Hopefully she'll be okay.
Harris will take the inbound. Floater from around the free throw line, good.
Yeah, she's loved that shot. She's done it now at least 4 or 5 times in this game, and she's knocked down her last couple. She's going off the backboard.
A tie up, and Jordan Sabri comes out with it for Sacred Heart. She's going to drive it all the way in for 2.
This is the part that's very dangerous here for Alexandria, not being able to get your shot off on one end and then giving away easy baskets on the other.
Steen on the other end. 3, no good. Steals it right back for her team. In the corner to Walker. Drains a 3 from the corner.
That's a good pass there by Riley Gaddis. Gets to the outside, and a wide open Walker knocks down her first 3-point jump shot of the day.
Timeout called by Coach Craig Kiker as you take a look at that 3 one more time from the corner. Nothing but net for Walker. Cuts it to a 33-17 game with a minute 14 in the half. And 2 threes so far here in the second quarter for Alexandria. And Kaylee Steen has 3 3-pointers in the game.
Yeah, that's basically been the primary set of their offense. Of their 17 points, 12 of them come from behind the line, and 3 of the 4 have come from Steen. Need to get other players rotating into this offense. There you saw a little bit of what they can do moving forward. Get the ball down low, kick it back outside. If somebody has an open 3-point shot, you take it. If not, you can start to penetrate and drive in. It might be something that Coach Kiker has told his team as they move forward in this one, but the biggest thing is just secure the ball. You can't turn the ball over as many times as Alexandria has and expect to make a comeback in this one.
Hardy takes it to the hoop, no good. Walker gets it across half court to Phillips. Jump stop and the bucket.
Well, we talked as many times earlier about Sacred Heart getting the easy baskets, and that time Alexandria the benefactor of that.
Person fouled as she drives to the hoop. She'll go to the line for 2.
Calhoun picks up her first personal. Do the full team foul. We'll have 2 shots. Release the personal.
First free throw off the front of the iron. Second, no good. Alexandria in control of it. And there will be a foul against Alicia Person for the Cardinals. 35 seconds to go in the half. 33-19. Alexandria is going to hold it out. Seeing how long they can keep control of it. Simpson up top to Walker, to Phillips. Phillips is going to drive in the corner. Pelham, no good. Sabri gets it back for the Cardinals. 3 seconds left. Harris from the timeline, off the back of the iron. That is the end of the first half. And the Sacred Heart Cardinals lead it 33-19. We'll be back for halftime from the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament from Pete Matthews Coliseum at Jacksonville State University.
Everybody's looking forward to something. Maybe it's getting your first job, or getting married, or sending the kids to college, or retiring. Whatever it is, it helps to have a plan. And America's First Financial Advisors can make a plan just for you. Get in touch or stop by today, and let's make a plan for your future.
I got back my smack talk touchdown hole-in-one 3-point home run, hat trick pavement pounding record-setting goal across the finish line. Because Core didn't give up, I didn't give up. And I certainly didn't give in. I'm gonna get back to doing what I love. I'm gonna get back to winning.
When it comes to great tasting barbecue, nobody does it better than Dad's Barbecue. Dad's Barbecue is slow cooked to perfection, and Dad's menu now includes burgers, shakes, and delicious cheddar muffins. Large groups are always welcome, and Dad's does catering too. And Dad's offers fast, friendly service, and they're kid-friendly. Dine in or drive through. Dad's Barbecue, family owned since 1985, with 2 locations in Anniston to serve you. In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
It is the 2020 edition of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament. We are in the semifinals, third game out of 4 tonight, and the Sacred Heart Lady Cardinals lead Alexandria 33-19 at the half. Gerhard Mathignani and Chase Robinson courtside here with you as the F&M Bank 3-point shootout is happening on the court right now, or getting ready to take place. And Gerhard, explain to us what's going on here.
Yeah, it's a really interesting concept that F&M Bank has put together. So for the 2 games of the semifinals of the girls, we have the best guys shooting, and then other way around for the guys game with the best girls. Each team in the Calhoun County tournament has 1 representative to go shoot their shot. Anybody from the school, so we're seeing a whole lot of other basketball players in this competition. And that first half of the girls game, the first semifinal, Jacob Wheeler of White Plains led the way with 13 made 3-point shots. So that's the number to beat for this crew right here. The champion will come back on Friday night, halftime of the girls' game for a shot at $10,000. Second place will get $5,000. But as I said, 13 is the number to beat for this crew right here. One winner will go from the boys' side, one from the girls' side. In this semifinal round, we have Donahoe's Drew Williamson, Cam Foshee from Ohatchee, Colby Messer from JCA. Saxon represented by John Johnson, Jack Miller of Sacred Heart, Oxford's Peyton Watts, and Alexandria's Seth Slate.
And so the F&M Bank three-point shootout is happening here at the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament. We'll be back with some halftime numbers as we continue from the 2020 Calhoun County Basketball Tournament.
Hi, I'm Coach Eddie Bullock, the varsity girls basketball coach.
And I'm Tori Brown, the varsity boys basketball coach, and we're excited about the 2020 Calhoun County Basketball Tournament.
Come out and support. Go Bulldogs!
I'm Charles D. Gregory Sr., principal of Anderson High School. We are empowering our students to win by bridging the academic achievement gap. Have a supernatural day. Bulldogs lead the way.
Welcome to the award-winning Chocolaca Park in Oxford, Alabama. We believe Chocolaca Park is the place to be, and our fans agree, describing the park as breathtaking, professional, and fun for all. With plenty of parking, restrooms, concessions, and a top-notch staff, we are confident your experience will be second to none. Join us today at Chocolaca Park.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price guaranteed. And did you know, moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
It is the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament. We're on the girls' side of the bracket in the semifinals as the number 2 seed Sacred Heart leads 33-19 over the number 3 seed, the Alexandria Valley Cubs. Gerhard Mathangani and Chase Robinson here courtside here with you. And Gerhard, the beginning, Sacred Heart 5-0 lead. Alexandria fought their way back, went up 8-7, and then a big run for the Sacred Heart Lady Cardinals.
It's really kind of a mixture of a couple of things. Number one, Alexandria did not do a good job of taking care of the basketball. And then Alexandria and Sacred Heart both turned the ball over, number one, but Alexandria not able to get the rebounds. That's what Sacred Heart did. They turned those rebounds into transition points, and that's what got them out to the lead that they got out to. So for Alexandria, this game is not over because they could do the exact same thing in reverse the other way. They scored 52 points in their semifinal game. They are capable of scoring. I think it's all about settling down for the Valley Cubs. Meanwhile, for Sacred Heart, they've played their way into the lead. Now can they protect the lead against a very good team?
Let's take a look at some highlights from this first half between the Sacred Heart Cardinals and the Alexandria Valley Cubs.
Well, this one got started off early by Sacred Heart, and we saw some great plays here in the early going, inside and outside. There you see a nice three-pointer, a long three-pointer by Walker. The inside play here by the Alexandria Valley Cubs will really kick this game off for some of the inbounds plays. The inbounds plays for Sacred Heart got 5 easy points based on just the inbounds plays alone. And then when you have Walker and Waters, you have Waters down low, and then you have Pearson and Harris doing a good job for Sacred Heart. Got them out to their big lead. Alexandria played well, but had to play out a whole lot better here in the second half.
Well, we have got another half of basketball on the way. Sacred Heart leads 33-19. We'll be back with more of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament.
Since 1848, First Bank of Alabama has been dedicated to our customers and excellence in all areas. With constant improvements to our facilities, to adding new products and services to better serve you, our team is fully engaged in all the communities we serve. First Bank of Alabama knows that time is money. So we offer hometown services with advanced technology that allows you to bank on your own schedule. We want to be your community bank, so stop by. Come see us at First Bank of Alabama, where you're always first.
For great food and great service and a great atmosphere, come and see us at Top of the River in Anniston. At Top of the River, all of our products are prepared fresh daily with our own special recipes, including our farm-raised, grain-fed catfish. Large groups and private groups from 50 to 250 are welcome, and reservations are accepted 7 days a week. And ask about our full on-site catering. Family owned and operated since 1982 and always kid-friendly. Top of the River in Anniston.
Back here inside Pete Matthews Coliseum, it is the 2020 Calhoun County Basketball Tournament, and we've got the number 2 seed and the number 3 seed on the girls' side of the bracket, fighting for a chance to play in the championship game on Friday night, and Sacred Heart is winning that battle 33-19 as we sit here at halftime. Gerhard Mathengani and Chase Robinson courtside here with you, getting ready for half number 2. And during halftime, Gerhard, of course, the F&M Bank shootout. Give us an update.
Yeah, we just got the final numbers, and it was a very, very, very well contested F&M Bank three-point shooting contest. Going into the championship round is Donahoe's Drew Williamson. He hit 14 three-pointers. Spoke about the competition. How about this? Jack Miller of Sacred Heart with 13. Oxford's Peyton Watts also 13. And Jacob Wheeler from White Plains with 13. Also in double digits, JCA's Colby Messer, I should say, with 11, as well as Pleasant Valley's Josh Ballou with 11 as well, and Anniston's DeMar Stewart also with 11. But congratulations, Drew Williamson. He'll be back here on Friday night representing Donahoe in the F&M shootout for that $10,000.
And it is time for half number 2, and the Lady Cardinals have the basketball to begin the second half. Harris up top to Waters, in the corner to West. Back up to Harris. Long three. Misses, but she's fouled.
Yeah, you can ill afford that coming out of the break for Alexandria. A strong three-point shooter. Now you send her to the free throw line for 3 shots.
Misses the first is Harris. She's got 14 points on the day. And misses the first 2 free throws. Of course, that being a 3-point shot. She'll have one more up ahead. And misses all 3.
Yeah, I think it's one thing that Coach Marcus Harrell's team will work on moving forward. Will be free throw shooting. They have missed their last 5 in a row.
Foul on Waters, so Alexandria takes back over. Phillips. I'll say it was tipped off of Sacred Heart. Steen to inbound. To Phillips. Back to Steen. The 3 bounces around and no good. She hit 3 of those in the first half. Hardy on the other end for Sacred Heart. She fires up a 3. It bounces around and no good. Harris gets the rebound, goes back up with it, nothing.
Good box out there by Alexandria, holding Sacred Heart to those 2 shots. Now Hardy and Serena go to the ground. They'll call a jump ball there. Sacred Heart probably lucky not to get a foul on that play with Phillips on the ground, but officials call it a jump ball situation, and Alexandria will maintain.
Steen into Phillips. This time to Simpson. Simpson drives in, looks for somewhere to go, kicks it out to Phillips, who fires up the 3. No good. Jatoria West brings it up now for Sacred Heart. West is going to drive all the way in, misses her shot. Waters gets the rebound. Back to Harris with the 3. No good. We have played a minute and a half of basketball, no points.
Still no points here. Looks a lot like what we saw there in the first half, where just not smooth execution on offense really by either team.
Harris the other way for Sacred Heart. Drives in, rims out. Jump ball, Sacred Heart will have possession this time. Still 33-19.
Now all these minutes that are passing by, more harmful to Alexandria than they are to Sacred Heart. Alexandria doing a good job defensively. However, unable to score on the other side and trim into this lead.
Double dribble against Victoria West. Alexandria will take back over.
Another turnover there for Sacred Heart. They're starting to mount up for the Lady Cardinals.
Phillips takes a long inbound. Spots up for the jumper off the side of the iron. Hardy drives, goes up. No good. Ball bouncing around. And Alexandria will take back over. Phillips to Steen, the three-pointer, no good.
Neither team can buy a basket here in the second half. In and out for both squads. I don't think I've seen this many shots consecutively, just not able to fall.
Stolen away there by Simpson. Phillips trying for another three, knocks it down. Count the bucket, she'll go to the line for one more. The scoring drought is over as Alexandria picks up the first points of the second half.
Well, let's call the law of averages, where you don't have any points through the bulk of the first few minutes. The ball goes in and out, in and out, in and out, and then now a chance at 4 points in one possession.
Phillips knocks down her free throw. 4-point play.
Follow up one rarely seen thing with as many missed shots as we have, with another rarely seen thing with those 4 points on that one possession. And that will be kind of a catalyst here as they now drop this lead back down to now 10 points as Hardy will take herself back to the free throw line on the penetration.
Went 2 minutes and 40 seconds. No scoring. But Ashley Phillips putting some points on the board. Hardy at the line for a pair.
See if they can break this drought here of free throws. It finally does after missing the last 5 in a row.
She'll have one more. And misses it. And there'll be a foul against Hardy.
Yeah, just reaching in there is Hardy, and that's one that she wants back because Coach Marcus Harrell just points to his head. You got to play smarter, just make a smarter play. She's an 8th grader, she's young, so she'll learn from mistakes like that. Gives Alexandria another shot at the basket.
It will be a jump ball, and Alexandria has possession. It will be a foul as Woodgett was going up to the basket. She'll go to the line for 2.
Talked earlier about Alexandria's path to the semifinal round. Got past Ohatchee with a 52-44 win. Meanwhile, Sacred Heart put up 69 points in a 69-34 win over the Wildcats.
One more ahead for Woodgett. Misses it. Simpson gets it back. And Person will get the rebound for Sacred Heart. Harris up top. Coach Marcus Harrell will take the timeout for Sacred Heart as he leads 34-23. Got the 11-point lead with 4:28 left in the quarter. But Alexandria putting some points up here in this quarter.
Yeah, I think that's what Coach Harrell will talk to his club about, exuberantly calling that timeout there as they go to the bench. But yeah, quick 4-point start for Alexandria in this one. We'll see what they can put together here as they try to climb back into this game. Of course, winner of this one comes back here Friday night, 6 p.m. in the Calhoun County Championship game. Anniston Lady Bulldogs already punched their ticket in a little earlier with a 61-34 win over the Oxford Yellow Jackets. That game ended up going to a running clock there. Oxford able to get some points right before the end of the game, but a game thoroughly dominated by Anniston. And this one has had its ebbs and flows. It started off with an Alexandria lead, then a nice run for Sacred Heart. A little bit back and forth here in the early goings of this third quarter as far as, not necessarily points, but just as far as the flow of the game. This long scoring drop by both teams before the 4-point play by Ashley Phillips. And outside of one free throw by Serena Hardy, it has been a very, very quiet third period.
Harris takes the inbound after the timeout. Over to Hardy. Hardy drives, puts one up on the move, misses it. Sabri underneath to get the rebound of the putback.
Offensive rebounding was going to be clutch for both teams today with as many missed shots as there have been. Sabri does a good job not only securing the board, but getting the points.
Pelham drives, kicks it to Phillips in the corner. 3, no good. Person with a rebound for the Lady Cardinals.
That three-point shot is just a little too long that time in the corner, especially in these college gyms. It's a little bit hard to gauge if you're not used to it.
West in the corner to Person, who fires up the 3, hits nothing. Walker with a rebound for the Valley Cubs.
I saw something similar there with Person as compared to the last shot by Phillips.
Simpson underneath, count it. She'll go to the line for one more.
And good job in transition for Alexandria. Saw Simpson just go straight to the basket. And then watch there is Jatoria West. West upset with herself, knowing that was just an unforced error right there, which could lead to 3 points for the Lady Cubs, and it does.
Simpson has 5 points on the day. Simpson tipped the ball out there. So Sacred Heart will maintain possession. Full court press being applied by Alexandria. 10-point lead for the Cardinals. Hardy flying down the court, gets it to Person. Person drives, no good. And Alexandria will end up with it. Person gets it back, and she will pick up her first 2 points of the game.
Well, that's phenomenal defense there. Really nowhere to go for Alexandria. A good steal and a solid finish by Sacred Heart.
Simpson on the other end as Harris sends that shot out. Riley Gaddis underneath there.
Good look there at the steal and the finish by Person.
West will end up with the basketball for Sacred Heart. Over to Harris. To Sabri. Sabri drives and lays it off the glass and in.
The second time we've seen that this half, where Sabri gets the layup. The first time was off the offensive rebound. That time just a great dribble drive penetration and finishes at the basket.
Ashley Phillips drives this time, nothing. Wide open Hardy for 2 points.
Hardy that time in transition just gets out ahead of it, and Harris with a good find.
Phillips gets the ball knocked away, but Simpson gets it back to Pelham. To Phillips, spots up for the 3, no good. Underneath is Gaddis, she misses that shot. And there's going to be a foul whistled against the Lady Cardinals.
Yeah, fight for the ball there. Gaddis down low, and Sacred Heart is trying to get their hands on the basketball, but a foul before doing so. Couple substitutions for the Valley Cubs as Steen checks back into the game.
Simpson takes the inbound to Steen. Steen drives in, kicks it in the corner to Pelham. 3 on the way, hits nothing. Sabri is there to catch it.
We're seeing a little bit of the depth perception, I would think, being an issue here for both teams. Airballing these 3-pointers from the corner.
Sabri drives in for 2. She's got 11, or make that 9 points on the day. Walker steps out of bounds. Her way down the court. Another turnover for Alexandria gives Sacred Heart the ball back.
Yeah, you see here in the replay something that Jordan Sabri has been doing for the better part of the second half, just driving straight to the basket, going off the glass, and that time Maya Harris did the exact same thing.
Harris with 16 points on the day. Walker trapped in the backcourt. As a jump ball is called, and it'll stay with Sacred Heart. Harris takes it in the backcourt. West jumper, no good. Sabri is there for the rebound. She goes back up with it, no good. Person finally gets one to fall.
Well, Person and Sabri, I tell you what, this quarter they've been very, very impressive. Sabri doing a good job on the boards and getting those running jumpers to hit off the bank. And Person, for the second time, gets the offensive rebound and puts it up as Alexandria turns it over again.
31 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And what was a 10-point game is now a 48-26 lead for Sacred Heart. Alexandria will get it back. Pelham to Simpson try. They cannot get across this pressure as Sabri picks up an easy bucket.
Yeah, the defensive pressure is just leading to these points on offense. And we saw a little bit of this in the last part of the second quarter. And it led to a run by Sacred Heart, and it's mirroring itself here in the third.
That is the end of the third quarter. Coach Marcus Harrell and his Sacred Heart Lady Cardinals lead it 50-26. So the number 3 seed Alexandria will be right back with the final quarter here from the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament from Pete Matthews Coliseum.
Since 1848, First Bank of Alabama has been dedicated to our customers and excellence in all areas. With constant improvements to our facilities, to adding new products and services to better serve you, our team is fully engaged in all the communities we serve. First Bank of Alabama knows that time is money, so we offer hometown services with advanced technology that allows you to bank on your own schedule. We want to be your community bank, so stop by. Come see us at First Bank of Alabama, where you're always first.
For great food and great service and a great atmosphere, come and see us at Top of the River in Anniston. At Top of the River, all of our products are prepared fresh daily with our own special recipes, including our farm-raised, grain-fed catfish. Large groups and private groups from 50 to 250 are welcome, and reservations are accepted 7 days a week. And ask about our full on-site catering. Family owned and operated since 1982 and always kid-friendly. Top of the River in Anniston.
It's time to start the final quarter here between Sacred Heart and Alexandria. The number 2 seed Lady Cardinals and the number 3 seed Alexandria. Sacred Heart holds on to this lead. They will move on for a rematch for the county title against the Anniston Bulldogs on Friday night. Turnover for the Cardinals. And Alexandria will take back over.
Sacred Heart outscored Alexandria in that quarter 17-7. And in the last 2 quarters, the second quarter and the third quarter, they've outscored them 38-13. That's where this game is blown wide open.
Phillips has it up top. Gaddis over to Simpson. Stolen away by Hardy. Nice pass to Person, who lays it up and in.
Now, she might be an 8th grader, but that's a great find there by Hardy in transition.
Something about these Lady Cardinals, they work together so well.
That's right. That's right. And they've been moving the ball really well. And it doesn't matter if it's their half-court offense or in transition. They just seem to always just make the right play.
They will get a foul against Gaddis for the Valley Cubs. Sacred Heart will have the basketball. Hardy bringing it up. Sabri to West. Long three for Hardy, in and out. Sabri underneath to put it back up and in.
Can't tell you how many times Sabri has just been in the right spot at the right time for these offensive rebounds. She gets a turnover, but then immediately travels thereafter. But I'll tell you what, that young lady right there has put together a whale of a second half. Already 10 points here in the final 2 quarters. A lot of that just effort points, getting the ball off the rebound, putting it back on the basket, putting it back on the glass, and then a couple of floaters as well. She's been a big part of the offense.
Steen fires up a 3, knocks it down. She has not had a bucket since the 2nd quarter.
And they've all come by that 3-point shot. She's been a sharpshooter for Alexandria. Sacred Heart matches that with a 3 of their own.
There will be a foul after the shot against Sacred Heart.
Steen her first. 4 team foul.
West to inbound. Harris with a 3 this time, no good. Gaddis with a rebound. Phillips spots up. Bounces around and no good. And there will be a foul whistled against Sacred Heart. Jordan Sabri.
Sabri with her 2nd.
Widget at the line.
Shooting 1-1 is Widget.
Knocks it down. Back half of the 1-1 ahead. Hits both of them, 57-31, 5:48 left to go. Hardy, the long 3 bounces around, no good. Gaddis pulls down the rebound for the Valley Cubs.
Good job on the boards there. Now can they turn this into some points in their half-court set?
And here comes Harris. She will lay it up and in.
That little sequence there, continue with this shot, is the story of the game for Sacred Heart. This defense has just been suffocating. And here lately, have turned it into points. And the first player in 20 points, 20 points, is Maya Harris.
Steen's shot off the mark. Harris in the corner to Sabri, her 3 off the mark. Person goes and gets it. Gets it back to Hardy, who will fire up a 3. This time no good. Phillips bringing it up for Alexandria. Goes right around West and picks up 2 points.
Well, after shooting the ball outside a couple of times, Alexandria just finding the ball and the penetration going down to the low post, and that time Phillips comes away with it.
Coach Marcus Harrell will call a timeout. 4:16 to go here in the game. With a 61-33 lead is his Lady Cardinals. 2020 Calhoun County Basketball Tournament here at Pete Matthews Coliseum. And we want to thank First Bank of Alabama for sponsoring our coverage here at Jacksonville State. We couldn't do without all of our fine sponsors, and First Bank of Alabama being one of those from our coverage here of the 2020 edition of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament. It is game 3 of 4 semifinals tonight. We'll be back on the boys' side of the bracket after this one as the Anniston Bulldogs take on the White Plains Wildcats, and you know that's going to be a good one.
That should be a really, really fun game to watch. The winner of that game will play the winner, or that game will play the team that won the first semifinal game in the Oxford Yellow Jackets earlier. We always kind of brag on the coaches for doing a good job of seeding this tournament. Looks like they've done so as well again this year. The #1 seed on the boys' side and the girls' side have already punched their ticket to Friday's final. And right now, it looks like the #2 seed from the girls' side will do the same. Still a lot of basketball to play here. About 4 minutes to play, and for those who don't know the Alabama High School Athletic Association rules, once the team goes up by 30, of a running clock to the end of the game. And it looks like we've already crossed that mark. So once we have crossed that mark, it'll be a running clock through the remainder of the game.
Steen with a 3 off the mark. It's going to stay with Alexandria.
Good showing here by the Lady Cubs, and they will have area tournament coming up in a couple of weeks. But this Sacred Heart basketball team continue to turn heads around not just East Alabama, but around the state. And speaking of turning heads, a head turning play right there by Person. She had a very quiet first half, but she has come to play here, come alive in the second.
63-33 lead as the clock continues to run. 3:10 and ticking.
All 11 points from Person have come in the second half. So after an explosive first half by Maya Harris, really an explosive game altogether, but 6 of her 20 were in the second half. She did most of her damage in the first with those 14 points. Kind of the other way around for Person, who has 14 now, or 11 now, all in the second half. No matter where that scoring comes from, I know that Coach Marcus Harrell loves it. They have a tall task ahead as they'll have one day to get ready for the Anniston Bulldogs, looking for a 4th consecutive Calhoun County Basketball Championship.
And here comes Walker the other way for the Valley Cubs. She will step out of bounds. Both of the teams with some good shooters.
Yeah.
Gerhard, I know Alexandria has hit some good shots. They've also missed a bunch, but you can tell that they've got some good shooters on their team that can take them a long way there in Class 5A.
Yeah, especially when you look ahead at what is coming up for Alexandria, and you'll need to be able to shoot the ball really well if they want to continue to march on, and like you said, there's 5A playoffs. But Ashley Phillips is a good shooter, as well as Kaylee Steen, and we saw Steen's efforts today, knocking down 4 3-point shots. They just didn't fall tonight, and they never could get into their half-court offense and get into a flow well enough to mix and match off of it. So Sacred Heart was able to do a good job of just guarding that 3-point line. All the 3-point shots, just about all of them, were contested threes, and they were never able to get into a flow. And after a good showing in their first game, I know there's a lot that Coach Kiker will take away from him, from this team moving on as they advance in the rest of their season and look ahead towards their area, and hopefully for them a sub-regional and regional tournament appearance.
Minute left to go here. 63-33 lead for the Sacred Heart Lady Cardinals, who have played very well tonight as Person goes coast to coast for a bucket.
Yeah, once again, we talked about the leadership all the way around. Jordan Sabri, let's not forget about her efforts. A very fine ball game as well, but the efforts so far tonight of Person and of Maya Harris have been outstanding.
Walker with the 3 for the Valley Cubs.
And you mentioned their three-point shooting. Walker's another one. He's already hit 2 tonight.
Shot on the way is no good. Alexandria. And that is it. The Sacred Heart Cardinals set up a rematch against the Anniston Lady Bulldogs Friday night for the Calhoun County Championship. 65-36. Lady Cardinals take down the number 3 seed Alexandria Valley Cubs. We will be right back to wrap it up from here at Pete Matthews Coliseum. It's the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament.
Since 1848, First Bank of Alabama has been dedicated to our customers and excellence in all areas. With constant improvements to our facilities, to adding new products and services to better serve you, our team is fully engaged in all the communities we serve. First Bank of Alabama knows that time is money, so we offer hometown services with advanced technology that allows you to bank on your own schedule. We want to be your community bank, so stop by. Come see us at First Bank of Alabama, where you're always first.
Our strong bond shall never be broken. It shall never die.
Far surpassing wealth unspoken.
Sealed by friendship's ties. Forward ever be our watchword.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
WOTM, your new home for high school sports in Alabama. WOTM has you covered with live coverage of all 7 championship games of the Super 7. WOTM is available to all TV providers in Alabama. If WOTM is not currently a part of your channel lineup, call your provider and request that they add WOTM. WOTM, your exclusive TV home for the AHSAA Super 7 basketball, baseball, and softball championships. All live only on WOTM.
Back here at the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament semifinals, we've got 3 games under us. Sacred Heart, the number 2 seed, took down Alexandria, the number 3 seed on the girls' side of the bracket, 65-36. Gerhard Mathangani, Chase Robinson wrapping it up after the girls' game, and we'll turn over to Tommy Wood and John Holder in just a moment to call this Anniston White Plains boys game. But Anniston Sacred Heart rematch on the girls' side.
Yeah, it's about all you can ask for when you put the number 1 and number 2 teams back on the floor. And it's a kind of matchup that we expected to see. You talked earlier about hearing a lot about this Anniston team. Those 3 returning starters and made a deep run last year. Can they do it again? One of those steps to win the county before they move on to the next couple of rounds of the playoffs. Now they get a shot at an improved team from Sacred Heart. Got out to a slow start today, but then put it together in the second half. Can they carry that momentum after an off day into Friday and come away with their first Calhoun County Championship? We will see lots of basketball between now and then on the boys' side, and then we'll find out how they all finish up come 6 o'clock on Friday night. But a good showing today from Sacred Heart that sets up a really, really entertaining and really fun matchup on Friday night.
That's going to be a good one Friday night. We have the girls' championship set. It's between Anniston and Sacred Heart Friday night at 6 o'clock, and boy, that's going to be a good one. Sacred Heart got the win tonight, 65-36. Stay with us. We've got more Calhoun County basketball tournament action. The boys championship will be set in just a little bit. We'll be back with more from Pete Matthews Coliseum, the 2020 Calhoun County basketball tournament.